Welcome back, guys. I think it's time to wrap up the series. We are at, let's say, we're at 329 population. What I'm going to do in this final episode is really, well, I'm going to really try and ramp up the population and build like loads and loads of homes. I'm going to get these 3 extra farms going, and I'm going to be putting like a bunch of stuff in and doing lots of little decorating touches and whatever. And what I want to do is just crank the population up, make it look nice, and see what we can end up with. So what I'm going to do is just I'll run it for a bit and then do stuff, and then I'll kind of bring you back into it and show you the progress as we go through. So just in terms of the little decorating touches, the kind of things that I'm going to be doing are going to be kind of things like this and like this area up here. Just like basically, sectioning off areas and putting stuff in to make them look good, whether it's trees or, I don't know, other buildings or decorations or like whatever. But just like whatever it takes to try and make the place look good. So, you know what? Let me get on with it. I've started putting in some extra people into the fishing docks and getting boats ordered and stuff like that. One thing that I am going to be putting in a lot of is carts, because we've got no carts at any of the new farms and stuff. I tell you what I am gonna do. I'm gonna redo these windmills because I just don't like the way they look at the moment. I think I'm gonna have like 3 windmills across here because I think it would look good. So it's all gonna be about like the aesthetics and getting the population up and just generally making it look good. Let's see what I can do. Well, things are coming on very, very nicely. I've been doing work on kind of all over the place, but I replaced the 2 windmills with these 3 windmills and put in a cart park over here. And I've started putting in fences around the place and fencing in various areas, and it's starting to come together. But like, yeah, you do some fencing and it cleans up some of the paths, but then you get paths like this and you think, yeah, okay, so do I need, I don't know, do I need some kind of fenced area around here and put something in here so that the paths are more, I don't know, more sensible. And then if we go over, I've been doing a lot of work over in this area, trying to tidy this up, because we had these lines going all over the place. And you can see that these lines here, 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 here are starting to fade. I put an extra house in here to kind of define this, and then I fenced off this this wooded area here, and then fenced off these areas. Put fences in round here and round here as well. So like all of these lines are going to fade, and these lines in here are going to fade, and everything's just going to become like so much more pleasant to look at. I've still got to figure out this area up here and decide exactly what I want to do up here. But man, like when you get rid of all of the extraneous lines, it's really good. I had to clear out some trees here, and I found the best way to clear out these trees is just to put a bench in. Then they'll remove the tree, and then you just remove the bench afterwards. Hooray! And yeah, I've been putting in fences like along these areas, like anywhere there's a bridge, really, starting to fence those areas in. Still got a lot of houses. We're up to 388 population. We're closing in on 400, which we will get to like relatively soon, I think. And I've got to start getting some of these farms going. But I have got more of these cart parks in. So I've got a cart park over here, and I put one. Where did I put the other one? I put a cart park. I can't remember now. That one was already in. Oh, this one here. Put a cart park in here as well. And you can see all the carts are being used. So I did definitely need some more cart parks. I've been working on this area. No, this area over here as well. Starting to put in houses here, so that we can create some kind of defined paths around the place. I tell you what, it is a huge amount of fun doing this. I could do with some more fishermen in. I think did I just put some fishermen in? Yeah, I just put some fishermen in here literally just before I started. Put the boats in, put the guys in. These lines seem to appear after you clear out, or when you're working on these fields. But if you reload the game, like completely exit the game and reload, it seems to get rid of them. So those will be gotten rid of. I've started work on this area down here as well, because you can see, like, we've got these diagonal lines going in. So I've put in a couple of houses there and a house there, which should start to define this a bit more. And then I need to figure out what I'm going to do in this area. I'm thinking in this area, I'm probably going to have a couple more drying fields like this, just to define the area. That should look nice. Maybe have some more houses coming up along here, maybe, and then we'll get the fields going, and everything should look cool. So we are getting there. A lot more to do. Let me get on with it. Well, we're just coming up on 400 population. We've just built another house. So any second, we're going to have people moving in. Wouldn't that be nice? Now, the reason I brought you in at this point is primarily because of the 400 population, but also because I want to talk to you about this little area over here. Was it that house? Well, you can have a bit. Was it you, maybe? No, maybe it was that one. No, it's the one behind you. It's that one. There we go. Okay, so this area over here, I was looking at this and thinking, okay, well, I need to clean up the paths and whatever. I have put some fencing around this area to tidy this up, and you can see that some of these paths are starting to fade, which is kind of nice. Although they do seem to be using this one through here. I'm going to have to do something about that, because I don't really want that line going across there. But anyway, I thought this, because this is a bit of a hill. It's actually more raised than this part over here. So I thought maybe this is kind of the perfect place to put in a second church. We've got a visitor from Marifa, and we do not need anything. Look at this, we're up to 4,000 gold now. So I reckon a church in here. Let's get a bit of a church going, and I think maybe kind of lined up with this bridge, so that when we're looking at it from kind of this view, we're kind of seeing it 3/4 on. I think that's kind of nice. So it's like somewhere in here. Now I need to put in another church anyway. Well, I mean, okay, I don't need to put in another church, but I do need to put in another churchyard. Oh, and there you go, with 404. Brilliant. So I think maybe in there. Boom, in it goes. So we've got another church going in. The reason we need another churchyard is because this churchyard is, this was full, because I'd only put graves like halfway round. I've now had to put in like the rest of the graves around here, and you can see it's even this is starting to get fuller. There's quite a few people dying. I'm gonna have to put probably some more graves in here as well. So yeah, lots to do, lots to do. But I've been doing a lot of work on this area, and you can see now that these paths have faded. Look how clean this looks now. Seriously, I absolutely love just looking at that. It's so clean and tidy. We've just got the paths going exactly where we want them. And then you start to get these clean, nice defined field areas, and it starts to look really nice and organic and real. Let's do a bit of financial help over there. So yeah, oh man, this is really coming together. I did a bit of tidying up over here, put in a few fences around the wells, so that, because there were lines all over the place here, and now we've just got, like, they cut through these two corners, and that's fine, and they go round that well, and they go up to this well, and that's fine. So I like that. This one over here, I don't know what to do with. I don't know whether to kind of just leave it alone, you know, it's fine having a bit of a messy thing, or maybe, I don't know what to do with that bit. I'm gonna think on that bit. I might see, like, what I could do Yeah, go on. You know, what I could do is just put like a little fenced off area. Like, say, that. And obviously using fence 1, wasn't I? So if I just put in a little fenced area like that, just to define this end, leave it messy at this end, but just define that end, and then in here, just I don't know, just throw in some trees. You know what? I might. Yeah. So that's a nice big cottonwoods in there. You know what? I'm gonna have some nice big cottonwood trees, and then I might just make it a little bit fancy with put a couple of benches like back to back. So if I put bench there and flip it around 180 degrees and put a bench there, and I maybe just finish it off with some nice nice dog rose bushes like that. Maybe even put one. Can I get one? Yeah, I can put one kind of there-ish. Alright, cool. Looking good. So yeah, that's the kind of thing that I'm just doing. Like, I'm just looking for places where I could tidy things up and decorate. This row of houses in here is pretty cool. And then what I've done is fenced off this tree area, this wooded area here. And you can see that we had some lines going through, but they've pretty much faded now. We're developing a line going around the back. That's fine. I don't mind that too much. Although I might put another field in here to stop kind of that diagonal line, and try and get them either going through there, or maybe put in like a couple of fields here, so I can get going up and across or something like that. Let's give these guys some help. Even giving these guys like 10 gold at a time is, and I was thinking of upping the wages a bit, so that to try and stop having to, but I'm still like always over 4,000 gold, which is really nice. But yeah, it's really coming. God, you know what? There's a lot of people asking for financial help at the moment. It's been pretty quiet up until this point. You know what? Let's do it. Let's see if it makes any difference. Let's just up the wages just a little bit. So we'll go up to 220 and 220, and we'll see how this manages. So I'm not selling anything at the moment. I haven't sold anything like the whole time I've been working on it, which is like a couple of hours now. So we'll see if we stay over 4,000 or not. Right, I am going to get on with this. Give them a bit of financial help. I'm going to get on with this. I'm going to decorate up the church and get that built and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, and just generally carry on, because I'm loving how this is going. I think we're getting to the point now. We've got a bunch of men and women looking for jobs. I think we could probably get another farm going. Right, onwards. Okay, so I am running into the occasional problem. Let me demonstrate this problem to you. Can you see how I've got loads of people saying not enough food variety? I've also had a few animals die, including some horses, which is bad news. And the reason is because everybody has stopped moving. Let me crank this up. Everybody stopped moving. Say a horse died of thirst. And yeah. Now, if I reload the game, then eventually, it's not instant, but eventually people will start moving. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to let these final buildings get built, and then that's going to be it, and I'm just going to show you around. I have done a lot of stuff. We're up to 1743 now. I was hoping to get to 500 population, but I don't think it's quite going to happen. But you know what? We'll see. We'll see. But I just wanted to show you this problem, because it is a nightmare. Because eventually your animals run out of either food or water, and they start dying, and it all goes to hell very, very quickly. So let me reload this, and I'll try and get it going, and we'll see what we can finish up with. So here it is in all its glory. And this is where we're going to leave it, because I've just had the same problem yet again for about, I don't know, like about the 4th time. I've currently got some chickens dying, but they are moving again now, which is good news. I have got problems turned on, and as you can see, right now we don't have any problems at all, which is mildly staggering. So how are things? Well, here you go. You can have a look for yourself. We've got quite a lot of stuff. We've got 4,500 fish, 83,000 hay. Let's see. Our current wheat harvest is coming in 7,500. The potato harvest is coming in 3,000. We've got 2,000 nails in stock. How are we doing for flour? We've got about 700 flour. So yeah, things are pretty darn good. And I tell you what, like, doesn't it look good? At the moment, we can't see the paths though. So because I just reloaded the game. So the way, if that happens, if you just click on a building, they come back. So that's how you get the paths back. I discovered. Now I was going to create like more buildings, like in these farm areas here and here. I was going to put more buildings in and whatever, but I've decided to call it a day. And I was going to try and get to 500 population, but I've decided again, because I keep having these problems, to call it a day. But I am very, very pleased with how this has turned out. And look at it, especially, this is the best time of year, round about September, when you've got the lovely wheat fields going on, and they've just started harvesting the crops. I mean, it's very cool. God, this is a good game. You wait until they finish this. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be epic. In fact, I think that's what the chickens are saying. Epic, epic, epic. Oh dear. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. We've got cows in the fields. We've got chickens in the coops. And the place looks blooming awesome. You can really see the difference when you start to like really pay attention and try and control the paths and things. Like this area around here looks really good. This area here, which I haven't played with, is a mess. I've tidied this up over here, tidied this up a little bit over here, but all of this looks really nice. Because everything's been tidied up, putting fences in and stuff. Still got I don't care about those chickens, like whatever at this point. I love watching them get the crops in. It's very cool. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of like take you around, show you different views of the place. We'll have a look at it in winter as well, because the place looks very different in winter. But you get the houses around the edges of the rivers and stuff, and the place starts to look lived in. I think is the right expression. Oh, hello! Somebody needs some cash. We'll give him a little bit of cash. Even though I've been having these problems, and I had to buy some horses and bought some other stuff, I've been buying iron. I'm still staying over 4,000, which is pretty impressive. Give them a bit of cash. The market, or the town square, I should say, because this is our original town square. Remember how bare it was originally, and now it's kind of packed. We've got the churchyard going on with all the burials. Got the market surrounding the granary. These little areas worked out nicely. I like those. And this little area down here, people resting on the benches and stuff. Then a kind of little industrial area over here. The forestry put together with the carpentry, I think that works really nicely. With a bit of car parking. Our warehouse district over here. There's nothing in them, but. And then our little double smithy going on over here. Which, again, I like putting all this together with a warehouse and a bit of fencing. Looks good, doesn't it? Which one are you? Not that one. That one. Give you a little bit of cash. I did put in over here A couple of little markets. I put in a little market over here. He's loaded up with buckwheat and fish and potatoes. And then I put in a couple more. There's one over here. There's a little double one. Buckwheat, fish, potatoes, chicken meat, and buckwheat, fish, potatoes, and chicken eggs. And then a couple more over here by this farm. And same thing. Buckwheat, fish, potato, chicken meat, buckwheat, potato, fish, and chicken egg. But I never got around to actually populating this with chickens. Which is I mean, I'm sad to be leaving this. Oh, by the way, I put this little forest, little wooded area in here, and I think that is a really good idea to put in some woods. Like, if I was going to do this again, I would definitely like put in more of these little wooded areas around the place. Kind of breaks things up. Like I would probably put a little wooded area in kind of here, because it kind of needs something over here. Either that, or maybe, I don't know, maybe a stable with some trees behind it or something. There's so many things you can do. I've put in more of these fields, more of these hay drying fields. And that's a great way to kind of pad your farms out. And just fence them in. Now, you know what? You know what? Actually, that's fine. I was just going to say I should have closed this off, but no, you know what? That's fine. No, I'm okay with that. I mean, I could close it at this end, I suppose, but yeah, it's fine. That's perfectly okay. Seriously, you can look around these places for ages, because you always spot kind of new things going on. This area, now that I've got everything kind of laid out the way I want it, the paths are actually not too bad. I would have liked to have done more in here, because I left space in here deliberately. I was going to do a lot more in here, but the game is starting to creak now. There's no question about it. I'm having this this recurring bug with everybody just freezing, and as soon as it starts doing that, to be honest, it stops being fun, because like when it happens, God, it causes you so many problems. But I do love the way it looks in kind of the autumn. Wouldn't it be awesome if they added like the leaves changing and stuff in the autumn? That would be so good. They do need to add more tree types, I think. More tree types would be really nice. And perhaps a bit more variety in the houses. I mean, they're not too bad, but I think a bit more variety in the house models would be nice, and would make it look better. I mean, other than that, you know, I've got to say, it's kind of difficult to fault the game. Some people will prefer to lay proper roads, and I think it might be nice to be able to lay like proper roads, like have these as kind of dirt paths, but also have the ability to put in like proper roads. I think that would be nice. We got the new. Oh, sorry, that's the old churchyard. The new churchyard, the new church and new churchyard is over here, and we've got the burial plots laid out, ready to go. It's nice and green. We've got plenty of trees around. Ash trees and birch trees. I put a little entrance on the front because I thought, yeah, seems reasonable to have a bit of an entrance. I should put a couple of benches on that side, really, shouldn't I? Should I do that? Yeah, go on. Let's say a couple of benches over here. Flip you around. Flipping around like that. And then 180 degrees. Yeah, let's put one in there. One in there. But the thing is, as you go around, you keep spotting things that you should have done, right? Like, I don't know, some like maybe a couple of trees here, or some bushes and stuff. I could probably do, you know, I could probably do with a well here, to be honest. I do have one over there. But another one here for these houses wouldn't be a bad idea. I do have, so I've got one up there and one up there. So they're not a million miles away from a well, but I think one here would have been maybe not. Oh, actually, I could have put one kind of there. Look at that. That's kind of beautiful, isn't it? A fisherman out on the river. I love the attention to detail with like the lily pads and the reeds around the river edge. Love the reflections as well. So, shall we have a little look in winter? Let's crank this up. We'll see what's going on. We'll see. You can see we're not having like horrendous amounts of problems. Everything's working pretty well. So look, how are we doing? Wheat harvest 10,000. Well, 9,000. Potato harvest 4,500. We're producing tons and tons and tons of food, so that's not an issue. We'll give you a little bit of financial help. There you go. Have 10 gold. Go on. Why not? Enjoy yourself. Like at the end, when I'm going to finish, do you think I should give like all my gold to like one little family? Just like, you've won the lottery. Yes, it's the 18th century Ukrainian lottery. You've just won 4,500 gold. Oh my god. Mind you, some of these families are actually pretty rich. You're not. Let's have a look. See, they got like 250 gold. 600 gold. 140, 100... 500 gold they've got. Greedy beggars. Right, we're October. We've got to get through October and November. I tell you what, let me run it on a bit, and we'll see it go into winter. Or like I don't know. Do you want to see? I mean, there's still. You know what? Let me show you some more stuff while we're doing it. So. I like the windmills. I'm glad I changed the windmills to this arrangement. And again, I would love to spend a bit more time and put a few more buildings in around the place. Like even just like putting in something like a cart park. It doesn't even necessarily have to have carts in it. Where the hell's the cart park? Oh, there it is. You know, just like maybe down in this corner. You just start to get a few buildings around the place and maybe the odd tree here and there. Certainly some bushes or something. It would definitely look better. Oh, look at them. Look at them out. Getting the crops in. It's a very pretty game. Where are we? Coming up to the end of October. Got another family that needs a bit of financial help. Oh, right, that was the wrong one. Give me my money back. No, I can't do it. Let's give you 10. The money, I can't believe how well the money's going up. It's pretty impressive. They're getting all the crops in. They got this field to do. They're harvesting that now. We've got over a month to get that harvested. So let's have a look. How are our farms doing? So it looks like, well, yeah, they're gathering. So they've got all of that in. That's the last field on that farm by the look of it. Yep. Oh, look, the cows are going in. They're taking the cows in for the winter. We're into November now. Let's have a look. How are we doing over here? Yeah, we're gathering, so we've got all the crops in from there. We've got a messenger. We've got all the crops in up here. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Oh, now my oxen died here. I need to supply them with some more oxen. I'm not going to bother. The way you do it, if oxen die, you go to a cow shed and. Let's see, yeah. Turn them into oxen. And then it's drag and drop. So, like that. I just wish that instead of going to there, it would go back to where you just were. So that one's relocating and that one there. So, shall I do it? Go on, I'll do it. So, we do those two as well. And you go into there. And you go into... Oh, try again. You go into There. I wonder how long it'll take them to get those. Awesome. We've got a horse over here. We should have a couple of horses. In fact, we have got a couple of horses. Where's the wagon? Oh, good lord! You've gone on a long journey, haven't you? Here he comes. You know what? Pause. Can we? Yeah, we can follow this guy. But we've never had like a good close look at these. Let's run it on, say slowly. Sound effects are good though. The getting the wagon to go through fences is very clever. I like that. And they do clip through each other, but I mean, you can forgive that, I think. Alright, let's crank this up. We're almost to the winter. Horse parked. I was waiting for oxen, wasn't I? Okay, we've got 2 of the oxen delivered. We're just waiting for the other 2. Yeah, they'll get here eventually. Okay, we're coming up to it. Here comes the winter. Should we run it on slowly so we can actually get a chance to kind of see it? I think so. But look, I mean, this has become a pretty big town. How many farms have I got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 farms. And I think like 1 farm for every 100 people is probably about right. Oh, the snow falls. Let's crank it up a little bit. Let's see it. All white and Christmassy looking. Can I click on that? That's not the right one. Which is the right one? That's the right one. Boom, boom. Oh, it's another one over there. Can I click on you? No. No. Marcus tool. Ah, that's the one. Boom, boom. Thank you. And the river starts to freeze over. Look at this poor guy. He's like, no, I'm stuck. I can't get home. Oh, it's like he's going to race back before it freezes completely. Row for your life. I'll be stuck out here for the rest of the winter. We've got another place there that needs a bit of help. But, so, let's slide down. Let's have a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna turn off problems now, so that we can look at this uninterrupted and just see. So this red line is the edge of the map, and then it's a square. If I go over here, you can see the corner. So you do get a pretty nice, big, decent map because like as big as this is, if we go over here, you can see that. Well, like here's the map, and you can see that I've developed this, but there's loads more that I could develop. Where's the okay? So here's the corner, right? So there's all of this is completely undeveloped. So if the game would allow it, I would think you could easily do what 1,000 population. I would think so. I did want to like plant a forest around here, and there were all kinds of things that I wanted to do, but there's a limit. There's a limit. But look, it's pretty, isn't it? I like how these trees lose their leaves, but you've still got the pine trees giving you the greenery. It's nice. Okay, one complaint. When you plant pine trees, this is what you get, fully grown. They don't get any bigger than this. I've had these here for ages and ages and ages. They don't get any bigger. They don't grow as big as kind of the wild pine trees. And I don't understand that. And it does mean that if you want to try and extend one of your existing pine forests, you kind of can't. Look, these are the same. See how these are small compared to these ones? And it doesn't look right. So that's definitely something that he should, it's not he anymore, it's they, that they should address, I think. Let's have a look. Let's have a look around the village now that it's snowed. I think this is probably my favourite farm. Just because it's nice and busy and it's got everything going on. We've got 4 chicken coops going on. We've got a couple of cow sheds. We've got we're breeding horses over here. We've got the farm itself. We've got the pigsty. Oh, I was trying to get the sound effect of the pigs. Yep. Got some pigs going on. You know, we've got the windmills. And I have actually got all the windmills are producing now because we're producing so much wheat that I've got all the windmills in with 2 workers each. They're churning out the flour. Let's see, what's our flour situation? Yeah, we're up to almost 1,000 flour. Well, 770, which is not bad going at all. I'll just prove it to you. See, 2 workers in each one of these. They're churning it out. And we should have... there's no wheat in that warehouse now. They've obviously burned through it. We've got any in this warehouse over here? Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got like 2,200 in there. But a lot of it's probably still on the farms. Not there. I'm not going to chase it down. It's fine. You know what, guys? We're going to leave it there. I've got to say, I am very sad to be leaving Ostriv, and I can't wait for I hope there's going to be a nice big content update, so give me an excuse to play it again. It is a beautiful game, and it's a fun game. I've really enjoyed it. I would recommend it. Guys, thanks for watching the series. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I'll catch you for the next one. Peace out.